It's,
Like already, like
it's
away
starting
from
off
my
strong.
away from my significant other, my partner. Okay, well,
What is going on, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Welcome to the very first episode of Happily Taken. We appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out our videos. So this video is going to be kind of an introduction to what myself and my wife will be doing. So we decided to start up a little podcast together. A lot of times we'll be probably just talk about a lot of am I the a-hole stories, and we kind of discuss them. Sometimes we'll talk about like our, personal lives a little bit, kind of like what we think what like relationships should be about, what marriage should be about, kind of like growing pains in relationship and stuff like that. Family life, stuff like that. So we'll be throwing a few things at you guys. But we're just trying to start something together. We wanted to spend some time together doing something we both enjoy. We both enjoy talking and just kind of getting our 2 cents in things with each other. And I think this is going to be a great time. So my name is Mazards. You guys may know me from Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. I'm on all platforms. I do stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays. If you guys want to check me live, I do post content as much as I possibly can. And that's a little bit about me. What about you, baby?
I don't have any, what is it, like,
Social media presence?
yeah, I don't have any. Unlike my husband, I do not have a social media presence, which is okay. I decided to do this podcast with you just because we wanted to do something that we both like to do and something together, something to just do as a couple, basically. So yeah, we found ourselves listening to different podcasts and discussing things amongst ourselves. So we figured, why not just try doing a podcast and seeing where it goes.
Yeah. She's just beautiful. She's so dang beautiful. Yeesh.
Thank you.
So, I go by Mazards. Like I said on social media, I usually call her babe, baby, honey, sweetheart, sexy, all the good things that all the ladies love to be told, But a lot of people do call her Red. If you guys are watching this, you guys are returning viewers of my channel. The Maz fam, if you guys are watching this, you guys obviously know Lady Maz. So, I think she prefers to go by Red, I'm guessing.
Either or, because I know your community does refer to me as Lady Maz, which doesn't bother me. I do know my work does call me Red, which is just a nickname. So either or is
All right, cool.
good to go by. So
Excellent.
yeah.
So, we're newly married. It'll be 1 year. God, what? Like another 2 days and 2 months. It'll be 1 year exactly been married.
Yeah, September, right?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
September 17th. That's crazy to think about that we've been married that long. But we've known each other like what?
Years.
God, third grade?
We've known each other since, third grade. I think you're right.
Third grade, and I think like either fourth or fifth grade. I think we hit the same class, and
Yes.
then we've had like classes like together since then.
Yeah, like off and on. Like I think fifth grade and then sixth.
I think we like
Sixth
knew.
and seventh?
I feel like we knew each other a lot in like middle school, like sixth, seventh, eighth grade. Like I feel like
Yeah.
we like seen each other a lot, and we
Well,
kind of just like kept the friendship going.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think we were just in the same friend group for a long time. We
Yeah.
had the same friends, so of course we got to see each other more because of the fact that we just had similar friends, similar friend groups, and yeah, we got to hang out a lot more. And then that just carried on through middle school, and then throughout high school, we stayed connected because again, we had the same friend groups. Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild that we've known each other that
My
long,
goodness.
man. God, that's so cool though.
That's so crazy to think about.
High
Yeah.
school sweethearts.
Yes, high school sweethearts. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
Like sophomore year, right? I want to say like.
Yeah, I know. I remember we tried in freshman year, but some things kind of happened.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. And then like I think in sophomore year, I think we kind of really just found each other sophomore year.
Yeah.
And we really gave like a real effort that
Yeah.
time. I mean, obviously,
true.
young, and when you're a freshman, you're young and dumb. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I wouldn't say we were not young and dumb in sophomore year too, but I guess just giving it an actual try.
Like chance, yeah.
Yeah, an actual try to see where the relationship went. And here we are. What? That was 2010. So yeah, 13 years
that's
later.
crazy. 13 years later,
13
and
years
we've
later.
been friends before that too. So we've known each
Yeah.
other Wow. So what?
Yeah.
So
Well, how was
at
it?
least because we graduated middle school in 2008 to go to high school, so we've been friends since like what 2004.
2003. Well, we met third grade, 2003, 2002.
So we've known each other for 20 years.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That's hard. That's I
That's
think about
crazy.
that. 20 years we've known each other.
That
That's insane.
that's a little weird.
Holy crap. Wow.
It's like, and that's weird to think about.
But it's awesome though, and I love you for it.
Yeah, I love you too.
I hope so. You said yes. I mean,
That's true. That's true.
fool.
Oh, what am I getting myself into now? That's okay.
So speaking of being together for so long, I have a story I would like to read to you because I want to get your opinion
Oh,
on this so
no.
bad now. I think it'll be a good one because I mean, this is kind of like I feel like how most relationships like have been or are being nowadays, if
Okay.
that. So this was an Am I the A-hole that was posted 2 days ago, so it's still fresh.
Okay.
Okay. The title is Am I the asshole for wanting a guilt-free day away from my girlfriend? It's
Like already, like
It's
away
starting
from
off
my
strong.
away from my significant other, my partner. Okay. Well.
Oh no, but just wait until you hear like the first like two sentences.
Oh,
No, just wait.
what'd you get myself?
Oh, you'll love it. Oh, just wait. Here you go.
Okay.
So this is how the actual post starts off. Am I the asshole for wanting a day off without my girlfriend and not talking when she gets upset? I love my girlfriend and plan to marry her one day, assuming we don't break up.
Okay.
We started dating around the holiday season, so she met my family very early on and has been coming to family functions. She is already a part of the family. We never get in arguments unless we're talking about me leaving about me having a day to myself, which is minor in the long run. Even though we don't live together, we hang out almost every day, which I don't mind. I enjoy spending time with her. However, I have expressed I would like days for myself here and there. Especially with my new job, I have 2 days off that are days apart. So I don't get a proper 2-day weekend.
Okay.
Before my new job, I expressed I enjoyed the occasional time to myself, and the few times I would suggest not hanging out after work, she would guilt trip me. Sometimes I would cave and we hung out. Other times she would act so mad I end up not enjoying my day off and spending it thinking about how she's upset. I'm already not a great texter. My family has learned to go text her if they need a quick response because I really am only on my phone if I'm bored or in bed, which is when I have free time. I tend to have fun normally. I haven't had a single day off that I've been able to enjoy that I can recall in months. It's infuriating to me. I used to give responses like, I just want some time to myself. I have also used a show we both like, I need a Keeley day. And it's, I'm guessing like a Keeley show that they watch.
Mm-hmm.
Each time she finds a way to make me seem like a dick. So now I just stop talking. And now that is a sign of me not caring. If I talk, I'm an asshole. If I don't talk, I'm an asshole. And every other part, we have no issues in this relationship. She has once said we live together. She has said once we live together, she doesn't feel like she will be as needy since she just likes to know that I'm around. But I don't want to wait for that time. I don't want to wait for that long to get that free time. So I'm asking, am I the asshole?
Okay, hold on. How did they say how old they
They
are?
didn't specify an age. No. So I'm gonna assume they're probably in their like late teens, I'm guessing.
Well, it sounds like they said they don't live together, but do they live by themselves?
Right now they are living, I'm guessing, in their own parents' homes. I'm guessing because they haven't moved in together yet. So,
So we don't know how. Did they say how long they were together? They didn't give a lot of info.
I'm not seeing like anything about like, oh, like how old are you guys? Like are you guys a fresh relationship? I don't see anything like that.
To me, I like coming from his point of view.
Mm.
Okay. I don't think he's an asshole. I think that's a little much sometimes, being with your significant other all the time, like, and just not like saying that you just need a break. Like, hey, I just want to go do something for myself. I mean, I don't see what the harm is in doing that by like any given day. I feel like sometimes like even with you, you're like, hey, I had a really hard time. Like it might be easier for us because we don't have like any other like additional responsibilities. We both work full time. We both have like things to do with the house to manage it, but like if that's done and we have one pet, a cat, but he's pretty self-sufficient, besides making sure
The
like what
feeding of
yeah.
course, right?
But for the most part, I feel like if things are taken care of and you're like, hey, I just need a day to myself. I had a hard day, just want to play video games. Or, hey, this specific day, like, you're going to work, I'm just gonna chill out, not really do much. Be like, all right, cool. I don't know what else to say
But I
besides.
think the difference is too. I think it's because they don't live together, whereas obviously we do. So
True.
what I want to ask you is when we were just boyfriend girlfriend, right?
Hmm.
Now, if there were days where it's like, hey, like sorry, I can't come over today, like I'm gonna be hanging out with like my friends or playing games, like would you get upset by that?
No, not really, because if you told me ahead of time and I didn't, like, we didn't already have plans set aside, I feel like it's pretty common and it's pretty natural to be able to go out with friends, do your own thing, at least one day out of the week.
Yeah.
Like, again, we don't have like any, like, as a teenager, you don't really have so much like as big of obligation. Like, your obligation is to get an education and go to school, you know.
Sports and maybe other kind of like
Yeah,
little
if you have like clubs or activities, obviously you have commitments, but like it just doesn't it doesn't sound like that's not the problem. It's not that they're not doing like their everyday functions. It sounds like it's just when they actually have extra time to spend, she's mad that you're not spending all the time with her.
right, right.
And I just feel like sometimes that's just not, I don't know, feasible.
Mm.
That like everyone wants to be able to do their own thing at a given time. People have hobbies, people have like other things to do, and sometimes it is like a me day. Like hey, I just need to go out. I just want to go to Target and shop around, window shop. Hey, I just want to go get my nails done for like however long that takes. If that's just something I need to do, it's just like, hey, I'm gonna go do that. I shouldn't have to feel guilt tripped into doing things with you. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. No, I get it. And I think that's a very, I feel like that's kind of like a common misconception nowadays, especially for, I feel like for like like this upcoming generation too. Like, I mean, I feel like we've seen it too, where it's like
Hmm.
a lot of like young, like teens are like trying to be inseparable with each other.
I feel like it's not just like a generational thing. I feel like sometimes just being in a fresh new relationship, like you are inseparable for a while. Like I feel like that's just like a thing that just like naturally
It's like a
happens.
honeymoon phase
Yeah.
for like young couples. Like, yeah, we're gonna just hang out all the
Yeah.
time and like go do things together. But it's like
There are
there
times,
comes a time
yeah.
I feel like you just like again, it's not like, oh, like I'm sick of you, I just don't want to see you. It's like no, but it's like
No.
I have things that I like to do like that don't involve you. Like for me, like if I'm like, yo, hey, I'm gonna go play some games with some of my boys. Now, mind you, if you played video games, as much as I did or play games at all, like it wouldn't be a problem to have you in there too. But if you're like, oh, I don't play video games, it's like, okay, well, I'm
Which
gonna
I
go play.
don't.
It's like, well, no, because I'm here. It's like, oh, okay, but we just spent like the whole day together. Like,
Yeah.
we spent the whole day. We did it. We went out, we went shopping, we got lunch, hung out. We did a bunch of things. Like now, I just kind of want like an hour, maybe hour or two to myself to kind of just like unwind and kind of just chill out.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like everybody needs that time to unwind, to do things that are important to them, whether it is video games or sports or going to the gym or something. If they need time to themselves, I feel like it's fine. I feel like it's so normal to do.
Yeah,
It's not feasible to be with your partner
right.
all the time, every day, especially when days that they have off. I mean, sometimes our off days don't align up. Like luckily today is just like one of those days where our off days line up and we can hang out more with each other. But
Right.
even with certain days, like even if we do have an off day together, as much as I would love to always spend time with you, if you said like, hey, like I really just need some time to just unwind, like you said, um, it's it's not unreasonable unless we had specific things planned, like I said before, that we need to do X, Y, and Z. But it's I I don't think he's an asshole for
I
just
don't think
saying.
so. No,
I don't think so either. I just
it's one of those things where it's like, especially if you
it's hard to know because there's not as much
not a lot of
information.
context. But
Yeah.
I'm just the reason why I want to read this because I was just curious because it's the way I see it. It's like it's a different situation where again, if you guys are a new couple,
Yep.
or now in his situation where he's like, oh, I just want to kind of like have some time to myself, which is fine.
Yep.
But now, like, obviously there are things where it's like you and I both love anime, so like
Yeah.
we'll watch hours of anime together, like just sitting down watching anime, or we'll watch something on YouTube, like we'll watch Good Mythical Morning all day long, stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? But
Love
it's
it.
like if you guys share a common interest that you guys can do together, like I feel like that's a different story than just like like again, you might still need time to yourself, of course. That's not a problem. I don't see that being an issue. Like you just want time to just decompress yourself.
Yeah.
But I feel like yeah, like if there's an opportunity to do that, it's not to show like, oh, I just don't want to be with you. It's just I just want to like just have my own thoughts and opinions and kind of like just like be with myself for a bit, so I can kind of just kind of process everything that's been going on the past few days and just kind of like be able to move on to the next day.
Yeah. It just sounds like it is a younger couple just because of the fact that like it just makes it seem like I don't know, like it is that honeymoon fair. It sounds like they're a new couple and it sounds like they aren't like they're younger. So
Definitely.
it just that's what it sounds like, and it just sounds like a very teenage relationship. And it's fine, like you learn and grow and just realize that it's not always feasible, especially when you're not living together, to always be like always have that time to do it, and nor
Right.
should you, I don't know,
Like feel like forced to.
yeah, like you shouldn't feel like, and that's the I feel like that's like the hardest thing for me to get around. It's just like you feel guilty that you're not with them, or they're trying to guilt trip you into coming over. And it's kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like, of course, they probably miss you and want to hang out with you. But if they're not like they're communicating in a very, I want to say toxic way,
Mm-hmm.
where they're just not listening to you. It's not that you don't like them or love them or whatever the case might be. It's just like they're literally not listening to you why you don't want to hang out. Just like, and it's harder to I think it might be just again growing pains of a relationship. It might be their first relationship. It might be they just don't realize dynamics of it. They don't realize boundaries. There's so many things that it could be, but if they're still not listening to you why you need this, then I feel like in the long term of things, it's not gonna get better if you
Right.
don't like sort this out now. It's just not gonna get better. So, is there any top comments? I know this is a fresh one, but
I mean, a lot of people were just kind of like, I feel like they were kind of saying what we were saying.
yeah,
Like
it's
you're,
just
you know,
it's
well, like,
healthy.
funny enough, like this is actually like we were just talking about this how
Hmm.
like they might be a young couple.
Yeah,
One
it
comment
sounds like
said
it.
like oh you have to push for this. I assume that you are young.
Yeah,
In my first couple relationships, I ended up in situations where I got cut off from all my friends and hobbies.
yeah,
It was a gradual thing that I didn't realize was happening. Honestly, I didn't even realize it until we broke up and I no longer had any friends left. And I realized how much I had missed doing certain things that shouldn't be a big deal, like watching like a 3 hour football game on television once a week or something. So you need to really protect your boundaries. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
it was very well said. Yeah, you should be able to have your own hobbies, interests, things outside commonality in your relationships. Like again, like you like gaming, but I have my own interest.
like to read and stuff.
Yeah, I do like to I started getting back into reading, and then I like more of like the artist kind of stuff. I do like painting or just doing like little things with I don't know, just like scrapbook, and not like scrapbooking. Yeah, kind of like,
Kind of, yeah.
yeah, because I like doing those things with like more artsy kind of like situations, which isn't bad. It's just we both have different interest in that, and that's fine to have that because I don't know, like I like to have my own thing, be my own thing
Of
without
course.
you in it. Just so, I mean, and I don't mind like, do I play video games? Like not really. I'm not
Not as
as,
much as me.
yeah, I'm not as into it as you, or the games I do play are games that you don't usually
Right,
play,
right.
which is again fine. But like you said, we have commonalities. We do like manga and anime. We do like certain shows. Sometimes it differs, and you like more action based. I like more romance based. But then we also have a commonality is we collect pins. Like it's something like to do together. It's something that we found that works for us.
Right.
So
And I feel like that's what every relationship should have too. It's like you should have common, common interest, but you also should have different interests as well.
yeah, make it your own.
Exactly. That way you don't feel like you're bound to each other at every given point, which is, I mean, some people, it works out for some
Yeah,
people. You know what I mean? Some
sometimes it
people
does.
do everything together. Like, some people like to work on cards together all day while playing video games, while eating out all the time, while, watching anime, while going to art museums. Like some people have like interest with their partner where every little thing they have like exactly the same interest to the very T. But
And that's fine.
if
And
it works, that good. That's awesome. If it works for you guys are happy and everything is all well, cool. But I still feel like most relationships should have some kind of difference in hobbies or interests, just to kind of give you a chance to be your own person.
yeah, to be able to do something that you like without having to necessarily like always rely on your partner. I
Exactly.
mean, again, if you have a lot of like as much as I would always love to hang out with you, like, then that's fine. And sometimes you're doing your thing and I'm doing my other thing and we're in the same room and we're still having a good time, we're still with each other. It's just sometimes it's just like that time apart is sometimes nice, relaxing, and then we come back together. And it's not like
Exactly.
it, and sometimes it's not an all day thing. Sometimes it's just like, hey, just want an hour to do this or do that, and that's fine. And then we can come back together and be like, all right, let's go do something together now.
Yeah.
Yeah, or tell me how it went. Tell me what's
Yeah.
new, what's like exciting. Kind of just rebond back together. So yeah, I feel like they're a new couple, so it's kind of it's growing pains, definitely.
100%.
It's hard.
Okay, cool. Well, that was my story. I don't know if you guys, I think you said you had one you wanted to discuss too.
There's a couple different ones, and I just don't know which one uh that you want to discuss. This was one I just found again. Something it was new. So there's some action on it, not as much right now. It was only posted like 10 hours ago, so
Oh, so that's pretty fresh.
it's pretty fresh.
So it's like basically this morning when we woke up, it's like,
Yeah.
hey.
And this morning, hey, what's going on? So again, it is from Am I the Asshole thread. And this one reads, Am I the asshole for not lending my stepsister heirloom jewelry? So, am I the asshole for not lending my stepsister heirloom jewelry?
Okay. Let's hear it. I'm curious now.
Okay. I, female 28, have a stepsister. She calls her Lori. She's 30, female. And the daughter of my dad's wife, who's getting married next month. A couple years ago, my grandmother passed away and her jewelry, quite expensive collection, was divided between me and my only female cousin. I was given a necklace containing a stone that my grandmother wore on her wedding day, which I wore to mine, and which I lent my cousin to wear on her wedding day at my grandfather's behest.
Behest. Yeah,
Behest?
like his order or command, yeah.
Okay. Recently, my dad contacted me and asked if I would lend the necklace to Lori for her wedding day. For background, my dad has been LC. Is that low contact? LC? with my grandparents for years. And when my grandmother died, he had a huge argument with my grandfather over Lori and her mother not being given anything. I didn't think either of my grandparents would want Lori to wear the necklace, so I didn't answer my dad and asked my grandfather what his thoughts were. He was adamant that my grandmother wouldn't have wanted Lori to wear it, and that he didn't either, but said it was my piece of jewelry and he would have no say in what I did with it. Ultimately, I decided to say no to Lori borrowing it. It's not that I think she would damage it or steal it, but I feel very odd about lending the necklace out when the person it belonged to and the person who acquired it wouldn't want that. My dad is mad at me over the decision, and Lori has sent me several angry messages. I don't know if I'm the asshole for protecting a dead woman's wishes or a living person, but it really doesn't give me a good feeling. So she was asking, is she the asshole? It's an interesting discussion.
I mean, to be fair though, like it's your stepsister, right?
Yeah, it's so if
So
stepsister, that means there's no blood relationship.
right,
It's in the beginning it says the daughter of my dad's wife. So it looks like her dad got remarried.
right.
The wife already had a daughter that was 2 years older than her. So yeah, no blood relationship to the actual grandparents who passed away, which is why I guess they didn't get any of the jewelry. That's why it wasn't divided amongst them. So yeah.
So the grandparents, like what? Like the grandmother already had decided who gets what, right?
Yeah, because it must have been, because it said like when she did pass away, it was only divided between her, like the person OP writing, and then
Right.
a female cousin.
The only female cousin they had.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it sounded like it was already discussed and maybe probably in her wishes that it was divided, wow, amongst the females, maybe like in their,
Like actually that are part of the family.
yeah.
Right. So I'm not understanding why.
But the dad got mad because the wife and her daughter didn't get anything. So Lori and his,
Okay, but I mean, to be fair though, I mean, why would they? I mean, like, yeah, I understand like that they had remarried. Like, that's my thing. It's like I feel like people that like are coming into like a blended family. It's like, oh well, we're part of the family too. Yeah, but you weren't part of it originally.
I
So
mean,
why do you assume you just get like everything?
get everything.
Right. I mean, okay, like to be fair, like, you know, like God forbid, like, if like, the mother was still around, you know what I mean? Her, the OP's mother was still around. And it's like, hey, like if she gets something, it's because, well, yeah, because she produced your grandchild. So you guys will get something, of course.
It sounds like it might have been like only the grandchildren, because it didn't say anything about like the moms or aunts or whatever in the
So it's just
situation.
okay,
It's
so just granddaughters.
yeah, it sounded like just the
Okay,
granddaughters.
so that's just a personal thing that the grandmother wanted to pass on
Yeah.
to her like her grandchildren that were obviously conceived by their parents. So that makes more sense because that's blood.
I mean, again, like blood isn't everything, but again,
No, but still, it's like I'm sure I'm almost positive like the stepdaughter probably didn't know the grandmother that well
maybe.
anyway. So it's like, why would you just assume you'd get something? Why did the dad assume that she would get anything? Like that's what puzzles me. It's like like Homie, no, that's not how that works. Like,
I
what?
just I feel like it gets complicated when, yeah, you start blending families together. And it's not to say that's a bad thing. Like, you don't
No, I
have to
mean, blended families can work. That's not the issue. But
it's not an issue of, okay, wait, okay, just taking out the fact that like she wasn't given anything, which is already
that's already been like established.
that's already been established. It is something that I guess was established that she had no control over, like the OP.
Right.
She had no control over that. That's not. It's
Well,
not
they're
something.
not mad at OP. They're mad at the deceased grandmother, right?
No, they're mad at OP. They're mad at OP because she's not letting the her because OP has the necklace
Right.
and she's not lending it to the step sister for the wedding.
I mean, I wouldn't either, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and taking out the fact that like she has something that they're already mad about. They're already mad about the jewelry not getting
Right.
split up, what they thought was fit for them. Again, like people could do whatever they want with their stuff.
Right. But the thing is, though, it's like okay, well, it's the OP's. If she doesn't want to share it, she doesn't have to.
But that's the thing. Yeah, so
Right.
taking out the fact that it's now OP's regardless of how she got it. It's now in her possession. It's hers.
That's
Somebody's
it.
asking to borrow it and she's not comfortable letting them. I don't see how she can be the a-hole in this situation. I feel like
Right.
it's something that's probably is very sentimental to her. It was something that her grandmother wore, that her cousin wore, and she wore all to their wedding.
Right.
It's something she probably wants to hold on to. So if she does have a daughter, or maybe
Maybe
it,
even like if she has a son, the son is getting married. It's like I want to pass this on
yeah,
to your wife. That makes more sense.
that makes more sense. I mean, it's something very sentimental that she's just like wants to hold on to. I mean, it makes sense. Like heirlooms are very sentimental to usually the people. It sounds like it was sentimental to the cousin, and at the grandfather's insistence, that's why the cousin was probably able to wear it, because like the grandfather is still in the picture. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still around. Right.
So the fact that like he's like insisting that like, oh yeah, like if your cousin wants to wear it, would you let her? Like, it sounds like they have a good relationship. It doesn't sound like OP really has a good relationship with her dad,
Or I mean,
or the
or the
stepmom,
stepmom,
or
or
the
even the
sister.
stepsister. I feel like they're just kind of like
Yeah,
sayonara piece. You know what I mean?
it.
Like,
I don't know. Like, it doesn't sound like she has a horrible one, but it
but
doesn't sound like
yeah,
she has the greatest
right.
with the
It's kind of like one of those
response.
like in the middle. It's like I don't hate them, but I don't love them either. It's like they're kind of just like there to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because it's a very short thing. We do know they're, like the OP's 28, Lori is 30, so they are older.
Yeah.
We already know that OP is married because she said she wore it to her wedding, so she is married, probably living by like herself. But anyway, she is that this is something that she has, and she just doesn't want to lend it to somebody. I don't feel like that's like
A bad thing.
no, and it's a piece of jewelry that she just deems too important, or just doesn't want it damaged, doesn't want it to get lost or stolen. Like, it makes sense. It just makes sense. It makes sense for her to like not want to give it out. Um, yeah, I don't like. I don't know why the dad is so mad about it.
Probably just assume like, oh well, like whether or not like this is my blood daughter. It's like this is still like my stepdaughter is still my daughter. It's like
I mean, that's fine, but again, like the fact that like the grandfather even doesn't like it, and that was his wife's jewelry, like, and she's not feeling so good about it. I just feel like there's a different way to do it then. I feel like instead of getting mad about it, because it is at the end of the decision, at the end of the day, it is her decision, and because she just decided like, hey, Like, I just don't feel comfortable with it. I'm sorry, but the answer is going to be no. I mean,
But I think
she
my thing is
can
though, it's like,
wear whatever she
but
wants.
my thing is like, why would the stepdaughter even want it? Like
Yeah, I'm
she has like
confused.
she has no attachment to the deceased grandmother.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know what
Well,
the relationship is.
well, it must not have been that great because if the grandfather was like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, like we don't want her to have it or wear it, it's like there's obviously a reason for it. But even so, though, it's like it wasn't that's not your grandmother, so you would have like no sentimental attachment to it. So it's like, why would you even want it?
Yeah, I'm just surprised.
Like at that point,
I'm
it's
just
like, why
surprised.
wouldn't you ask like your own grandparents for something?
That's true. Like, there is different way. Like, if you want something sentimental to wear on your wedding day, because, like, like that's something new, old, blue, and
Some
borrowed.
borrowed, right?
Like, that's definitely something like that you can do. I mean, I think I wore something of your mom's.
I think you wore my mom's bracelet because the
Yeah,
one my grandmother bought for you
was too big.
was too big and the clip kept breaking off.
Which,
So we had to get you something. So we got you something borrowed.
yeah. And it was really nice. Your mom was like, "Oh yeah, like, just return it to me afterwards."
Which
Like,
she did, obviously.
yeah,
And
which I
then they
did.
also got you what, a necklace and earrings, so something new.
Something, yeah, something new. I mean, I had something blue, like my shoes and
Mhm.
everything. Something old. I'm not really sure. I can't remember
I
all
can't
the.
remember which old was either.
I can't remember like all of my little things. I think it was a different like chain that I had like on my ankle or something.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, something old that I had like since I was a kid, like a chain that my great grandmother bought me.
Mhm.
She gave everybody, all the grandchildren, like a chain, like, and like a necklace almost.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, like I think our generation got silver. I think our generation, like my parents and that generation, got like gold.
Oh, well,
So,
I mean, you have to understand, gold was way cheaper 40,
yeah.
40 years ago.
But it's funny because like all like so my dad, like my aunts and uncles, like of like on my dad's side, like they all have like a gold like chain of some
Oh,
sort.
even this is what my
Yeah.
dad gave me. Yeah.
Like you have a
My
gold
dad's
chain.
chain, yeah, that he gave me. It's like that
Yeah.
was when he was a kid. So,
And then like the next generation, like I feel like all of us got silver. I think I had like a gold little bracelet when I was like born, but obviously I outgrew it. But like yeah, I have like a silver chain that I've had for years, like since I was young. But yeah, I don't like, again, it's something that like at the end of the day, her decision. She said no, and just move on. Like there's other things you can wear. I doubt like that is gonna make or break her wedding day.
and that's what I'm saying too. It's like you would think like out of all the things, it's like, yeah, I want something that I want my something old to be something that your grandmother gave you. It's
It must be
like
something that looks
what? It must be
gorgeous.
very extravagant.
Yeah.
But again, it's like I feel like if you don't have any like real true sentimental attachment to it, like you're not gonna appreciate it as much either.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's
Whereas like this cousin or OP and their cousin wore it because it's something sentimental because it's like the last piece of like
yeah.
thing that they have from their grandmother. It's like they have more of a sentimental attachment to it. So it's like you would think that OP's father would be like respectful of that.
Yeah,
And he's
it
not.
doesn't
That's what
sound
bothers
like
me.
it.
It's like, dude, like this is like your mother's like jewel that she gave to your daughter for a reason, and you're gonna get upset that they don't like they don't want to share it. Like that's not that you should be with her. You should be on her side. Like, hey, like, that's her jewelry. Like she could do what she wants with it. Not like, yo, what the hell are you doing? It's like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
no.
just so weird. Like I just don't understand. Like,
Yeah, like
but
it'd be like if like if God rest her soul, Grandma Barbie, if she gave you and your sister something like, like a personal piece of jewelry,
mhm.
and my sister's like, well, I want to wear it for my wedding. It's like, no. No, like I love you, but no, like no, you're not getting something that's not yours. Like
Yeah.
no, like if it wasn't given to you personally, back off.
Yeah.
That's not your decision.
And again, it's one thing to ask and be like, okay, yeah, like I think I could like obviously let you borrow for the day, but she's clearly uncomfortable with it. It's clearly a no. And the fact that her dad and stepsister is just making it into like an
Such a
overwhelming, it's just like it just shows that like their relationship was probably already bad from the beginning. Not bad, I would just say a little probably broken.
No.
There's something going on even behind the scenes that we probably just don't know, which is, it is what it is. So I guess comments, in this, a lot of, not the asshole.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying exactly what we were saying. Sorry.
You're good.
Top comment. Not the asshole. The fact that your dad and Lori are unwilling to respect your answer tells you everything you need to know. They are assholes. So, yeah. I mean, somebody agreed with that, saying, yeah, your dad and Lori should respect your wishes. I personally would not be sure that if you lent Lori the necklace that you would get it back, because you mentioned it before, your dad had a huge argument with your grandfather over Lori and his wife not receiving anything, not the asshole. Yeah. And I guess that makes a good point. I mean, OP did say, like, she's not worried about them stealing it, but the fact that there was an argument that they didn't get anything kind of is a little unnerving to fact, like, are you going to get this jewelry back afterwards?
Right.
Or is it going to happen
I took it off and it's just gone now.
It's just gone.
Like, yeah, okay.
I thought I gave it, I swear I gave it back to you kind of situation.
Right.
No,
no, you didn't. Sorry, though. Try again.
Yeah.
Like, try again.
To avoid all that, I would just say not to, not to give it over. Somebody commented, you should wear it to the wedding.
Oh,
not the asshole.
Oh, the petty.
The petty in that comment is pretty.
The comments or whoever posted that, they're like, "Yo, I've done this before. Do it." Like, do it.
I mean, it's a.
She should. You know what they should do? Just wear it to the wedding, and then like halfway through, give it to the cousin to wear.
Oh my god! Just pass it around the family.
Like, here you go. You can have it now.
Oh my god! The petty.
The pettiness.
I mean, to be fair, like, if she wore it, she would be probably in the wedding photos, like, wearing it. So I'm sure it would just be like icing on the cake. Somebody was commenting saying that, like, somebody underneath that, like, you should wear it to the wedding. Somebody was saying that, like, are you kidding? With all these a-holes, the fact that she said no likely means she's no longer invited to the wedding.
Yeah.
It might be true. Who knows? I mean, somebody said you're right. These a-holes are the type to invite somebody just for the gift. If OP is uninvited, are they really missing much? Probably not. Like, again, like, depending on how they go about it I mean, them already not respecting your answer kind of shows you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there you go. Is there any other good comments out there? I mean, a lot of people saying not the asshole, like, they are definitely showing their true colors basically right now. Somebody gives a nice, like, longer comment, basically kind of saying what you were saying, not the a-hole. This is your family heirloom, not hers. This was a gift to you. Your stepsister has no connection whatsoever to the original owner. Don't weaken the sentimental value of your jewelry by allowing others to wear it. Your cousin shared a grandmother with you, so it had meaning for your cousin as well, basically. Anyone who would send me several angry messages because they didn't get what they want is not a good person and does not deserve to have you in their life. She probably uninvite you to the wedding, which is fine. She doesn't deserve the goodwill that comes with the necklace. I'm willing to bet that she would demand to have the necklace from now until the wedding, upon which the time it would conveniently disappear. Or she will announce it at the wedding in front of all the guests how honored she is that you gave her the necklace. Nope.
Not happening.
Sorry. Oops, sorry.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what I am. It's dry down here. Ugh. Okay, but that was mine.
All right.
Again, people are just kind of again not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. So yeah, interesting. It was just an interesting topic to like talk about, see if we were on the same page or not. So, do you have another one?
I do. This one's actually kind of funny.
We need a
Um,
good funny one after this. Like,
well, it's not funny and like haha, but it's
oh
funny
no,
like
like,
haha. Okay.
oh,
So here's why I think it's funny. Okay, so the title is "Am I the asshole for expecting my father-in-law to fix my new truck that was damaged, helping them move?"
ooh, that's, ooh, I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, it's interesting.
It's interesting.
So a little over a year ago, my wife's family needed help moving out of a shop they were being kicked out of. It was very last minute, and I didn't even want to help them because this is like the third or fourth time this has happened. So they have a reputation at this point already.
Okay.
But they are family, so I decided to help them. They have a lot of junk cars that don't run, and I had just bought a brand new F-150 for my new job, so they asked if I could help tow some of the cars. I also had two classic cars stored there that I had just intended on getting my friend with a rollback to move. I get mine moved over to my house, then start helping them get theirs and some of my wife's younger brother's vehicles out. At one point, I noticed the trailer hitch pin was missing. I brought this up to my father-in-law, and he said, "Don't worry, we'll get another one after this load." So the pin is basically like what holds like the ball in place, so that way it doesn't like slide out when you're pulling
Okay.
the cars around. I wasn't super comfortable with that, but just decided to tow the vehicle anyway and store it at our house. Another way we were helping them out by putting 10 plus cars in our backyard that I also did not want to do.
Holy hell.
So this is all like for me, like if I was OP, I would already be annoyed. We get to the house, and the vehicle I was towing was my brother-in-law's old Suburban with no brakes. It rolls off the trailer, bounces back onto the ramp to the trailer, knocks the trailer off the hitch, and sends the tongue of the trailer straight through my tailgate into the number one of the F-150 lettering. Now, it basically went through the tailgate, so it went straight through it.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously, I'm extremely mad and frustrated. My wife, thankfully, is understanding of my frustration and tells her parents what happened. Initially, they were trying to be funny and make it a joke about, "Oh, it looks like you have an F50 now instead of an F150." I was not amused. I was not amused. They said, "Don't worry, we'll get you a new tailgate." So I thought, okay, fine, let's get through this weekend and figure it out. Fast forward now, it's been a year, it's still not fixed, and I've been very patient with them. Last night we asked them about it as they invited us on a beach vacation, and in my mind that irritates me that they still owe me around $1,500 to $2,000 for a tailgate. It turned into such a huge ordeal that ended with her father-in-law saying I'm not paying for that tailgate. He's trying to say I owe them money from years ago back when I used to work for them, claiming I used the company card for personal purchases, saying he could have turned me in for embezzlement and get a felony charge, etc., which is a barefaced lie. I am more upset about this accusation than I am about the tailgate, to be honest. Am I the asshole for being upset about the fact that he's going back on his word and also accusing me of theft, and me telling my wife I don't want to be around her parents for the next few weeks, months, etc.?
Is that it?
Yeah.
No, you're not the asshole.
So I said the same thing because obviously this isn't a one-time thing. This has happened several times.
Not only are you not the asshole, they are all assholes.
Yes.
I mean, I guess your wife is very understanding and that she knows that like what happened was an accident, but it's something that they promised to fix. And a year is way too patient. A year is way, way, way too patient. I mean, at this point, are those cars still at your house? Because I would tell
That's what I
them.
was wondering too. I'm like, so like a year later, like, did they at least get those cars out after a year?
I almost, yeah.
Otherwise,
Like,
at that point, I would be like, screw it, I'm selling these and getting my money for it. At that
yeah,
point, they're
that's
on
what
my
I was
property, so
thinking.
yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, like are those cars still there? Because I'm sure you could start selling those off and get your money back worth of that, even if they are probably scrap. But whatever. No, the fact that they even like went as far as to go on a beach vacation, which I would be extremely pissed off about, And then also, what was it? Oh, accusing them of like embezzling money. Oh, no, 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 no. Like that is them having a guilty conscience. That's them knowing that they owe you something and trying to deflect it back on you. Honestly, at this point, you're not going to get the money to as much as I hate to say that, you're not going to get the money. I would just like wipe your hands of it. Do like the no contact thing if you so wish, and also just don't do any more favors. Not until they pay. Like if they ask you why, be like, because my truck got messed up because of it. I did all these favors, and you know, all I got is like burned in return. Like I'm just not gonna do it. Like you don't have to do it aggressively, but you could just be like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And you guys know why.
So a lot of like mixed reviews on this one.
Really? I'm surprised.
I say kind of like I'm in the middle. Like you're not the asshole, but you're also not the brightest for like letting your trailer like instead of like saying like let me get a pin first.
Yeah, the pin thing.
You screwed up on that part, and it's funny because a lot of people are saying like so a lot of people are saying that everyone's the asshole here.
I mean, I could see everyone's the hassle because of the fact that like you knew what was possibly going to happen, and then the worst did happen. Something happened because of that, and you know what I mean. Like there is a lot of things going on that it paid, you know, like it played into this thing, but.
So OP even said like I in retrospect I shouldn't have towed the car knowing the pin was gone.
Yeah.
My wife is definitely on my side. She's furious with her father for trying to threaten embezzlement charge for something that never happened. We are definitely on the same page as far as going no contact with them for a while. Quite frankly, they are assholes. They're nice people and have always been there for us. But being an outsider, I've seen how they treated others, and they're the biggest hypocrites I've ever known. Years back, a worker put some sort of air freshener liquid on the vents of her father's New York van and it peeled some of his finish off of the vents. And he took the worker's next paycheck to pay for the new ones, which he never even ordered and installed. He just took the money.
Wow.
If it isn't for their benefit, they won't do the right thing.
Conflicted. I feel like he's like not
I wouldn't
the
call him
asshole.
the asshole. I would just like that was just dumb.
It was just dumb.
Yeah,
you're
you're not an asshole for helping and doing all that, but you're just dumb because like you knew the reason why you needed that pin.
Yeah.
And you decided to do it anyway without it. So that's your fault.
I agree with that one. You're not the asshole because of what had happened. You're just dumb. It's just a dumb situation that you knew could happen and it did. So you should have known. And you're also not the asshole that like it seems like anytime they need help, you're willing to help them, and then in return they don't do that. Instead, just like just trying to, I don't know, like clear the situation by bringing up and rehashing things that has happened, even though you know it's not true. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like you're just not the asshole. You're just dumb.
But father-in-law and brother-in-law are definitely the assholes.
Yeah, I don't
100%. Like there's no doubt about that. Like
yeah, I just it's hard to say like I would just be like the father-in-law is definitely like he's going back against his like what he said, going, you know, he's kind of trying to go back in time and be like, no, I never said that. No, he probably did, and now he regrets saying it.
probably because they got crap. They still want to fix it.
Yeah, he thinks that like over time it's just they're gonna let it go, which at the end of
Hard
the
to
day,
let go, especially when you just bought a brand new vehicle. It's like,
yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like you're not gonna get the money back too, so
like at that
you're gonna
point,
have
just
to let it go and just realize that just don't do anything for them.
Well, at this point, yeah, it's
Just
like if they
don't
need
do
something, it's like nah. Well, that's why they're threatening like this. He's a contact.
Yeah.
It's like then we're just not gonna but we're not gonna talk to you guys until you fix my shit. Then it's like,
I mean, even if they don't fix your stuff and you cease contact, I mean, you don't have to go cease contact until they fix it. you can still like contact them, but you just like, if they need help with anything, just don't do it. Just be like, no, we're good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, can't do it.
Kind of on your own. That one's sport.
Yep. Kind of. I mean, yeah, lesson learned. I guess it's more of just like kind of like a lesson learned. Just
It's a lesson learned. Don't help family if they're assholes.
if they have, I would just say if they have a track record.
Yeah, there you go. That's even better. If it's always constantly something coming up, it's like, oh, well, all right, how many times have I done this? Oh, I've done this twice in the last year. Nope, done.
Yeah. I mean, you know something's going to happen if it's like the track record is going to happen. All right.
All right. Well, I think that's a good spot to end our very first episode.
Okay. Sounds good.
It was a good time. We got to talk about some relationship ideas. We got to just read some stories and get some good laughs and hear some good petty ideas back and forth.
Yeah, the pettiness of the necklace was
that was great.
Just the comment. Yeah.
Just words of the wedding.
I really want to know what this necklace looks like now.
Right. I kind of like, yo, is this like some like extravagant, like Titanic looking, like
yeah,
like
I
just bedazzled with like carats and carats of diamonds all across. It's got to be something great.
It might not even be that. It might just be a nice, like timeless looking piece.
Yeah, it's like a nice little like simple chain with like a nice little.
Yeah, like a nice stone on it.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, like, hey, good for you. But the pettiness there is kind of.
It was just that was.
It's just the comment that made
chef's kiss
that made the pettiness, but no, you guys do you. But no, yeah, this was fun. I hope to do this again. This is definitely different.
It was definitely different, but it was a good time though. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna end our very first episode of the Happily Taken podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed. We'll hopefully see you guys soon. We're gonna be posting some stuff on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, as well as TikToks. Hopefully soon, and you'll be seeing hopefully more of us in the near future.
Yeah.
So take care of yourselves, guys. We appreciate you. This is Maz signing off. I will be streaming, like I said, on Twitch on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. Usually around 5 p.m. Central till around like 10. So if you guys want to check me out, feel free. So this is me signing off. My love. Any last words?
No. I hope to see everybody again soon, and hopefully we'll get better content and more stories to read. And if anybody has anything that they want to I don't know, hear from us, if they have any questions or just comments. I mean,
yeah,
I'm definitely new to this, so if there's certain things that I'm doing, I just want to get better at what we're doing.
Tell us what you guys think of the first episode. If you guys think there's any changes we should add, anything at all, please drop a comment down below. And if you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up. And if you guys have not done so, it is free to do this. If you hit that red subscribe button, you guys get to see us, and hit that bell notification. You get to see us every time I post something. So make sure you guys remember to hit the subscribe button. But until then, we'll see you guys around. So take care of yourselves. Peace out.
Bye.